stone? A stone. I do not understand. Yet, as I think of it, the pound... But is that me?
Hey, I could use a hand.
Hello.
I know Lord Rodrigue. He paid repeated visits to His Highness after the previous king was killed.
Say, I hear that a knight of Seros named Gilbert will be joining us for our mission this moon. He is skilled, which is surely a boon for us. Still, that was not very thoughtful of Lady Rhea. No, it's nothing. In any case, you should at least introduce yourself to him before we depart. House Gautier is Sylvain's home. It would be nice of you to check on him as well.
Mercedes. Her face looks familiar.
Hello.
Hello.
That's so.
I'm not secretly eating cake. You're getting pretty good at talking through the door, Professor.
My next mission is to rout bandits in the kingdom, is it not? I find the idea unsettling. The bandits have captured a large prize. They are insignificant in and of themselves. The matter would be more appropriately dealt with by Margrave Gautier or the Fargus royal family. I grant that I am most likely jumping at shadows, but I fear that if Fargus is weakened, the tipped scales will lead to widespread unrest.
It's awful. Just awful what happened with the rite of rebirth. The infirmary. Well, it was a mess. Things are finally calm again. And so I've come here to unwind. But still, we can't lose them, Professor.
Hi. No. Oh, why is that fish so... Perhaps, I would like to have... Might you help me with a favor?
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Oh, come to think of it, last month there was something to report, wasn't there? Thanks to you, I hear that everything was resolved. I never realized that bandits had entered. I'm not a great guard after all, am I? I hope you will forgive me one day.
I could use your help.
Would you help me out? Knew I could count on you. Hey there. Is this it? There you go. 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 Is this? There you go. Come back anytime.
Right.
Oh no.
Wow, Lord Rodrigue in the flesh. What is Felix doing? This is such a rare opportunity for him to see his family.
I have a request. Hail, Professor. If I may introduce myself, I am Gilbert. My life has been spent as a dedicated knight. I am to accompany you on your assignment. I may have slowed a step in recent years, but I pledge to you the full extent of my abilities. No, Professor. The pleasure is all mine, I assure you.
The coffin of Saros in the... Instead, they say it held the...
Some people are unhappy because they don't have the crest they want, and some are unhappy because
Quite so. The head of the Western, that's not as distinguished as an art. If someone in that position, there are bishops in the Eastern, they are under the influence of both.
Oh, that man I walked past earlier. That wasn't Lord Rodrigue, was it? House Fraldarius is a powerful noble family, linked to the founding of Fargus. Lord Rodrigue, its current leader, is a magnificent warrior. He's known as the Shield of Fargus. A dozen or so years ago, during the northern campaign in Srang, he performed splendidly as the king's right hand. Come to think of it, wasn't there someone from House Fraldarius amongst this year's students?
You acquitted yourself honorably last month. To think they'd go into the Holy Mausoleum and assault the Goddess Tower. I cannot imagine the Western Church was acting on its own. Someone must have been helping them. As for the masked knight who escaped, his days are numbered. I hope we find him soon, so I can kill him myself.
Professor, have you seen my son perchance? I have need of him. Is that so? Thank you, Professor. I must ask him not to distract you, Professor, nor His Highness from the matter at hand.
Professor.
I'm so sorry my older brother is causing you all this hassle, Professor. Don't misunderstand. I always thought he was a piece of garbage. But I never thought he'd steal the relic. I can't wait to see his face when he realizes I'm in the group that was sent to take him down.
Oh.
Professor, I'm gonna keep training until I can beat you.
Yes, I have never had goings to the kingdom's north. I hear the people of Professor. I hear you have worked as a mercenary in the kingdom. Did you find joy in this? You cannot remember? Is that having possibility?
For a hero's relic to be stolen, it's unheard of.
And just last month, the sword of the Creator was almost stolen too.
Also quite unheard of. What impudence.
I have heard that someone from House Gautier, one of the Kingdom of Fargus's noble families, is causing some sort of commotion. What a complete disgrace to the nobility.
Hey there, Professor. I've been hearing about you a lot lately. Word on the street is you wield some amazing sword. If you ever want to sell it to me, I'd pay top G. Just kidding. Sorta. It's, not for sale, is it?
You there!
Where's Alot?
Hey, Professor. Don't you think everyone's making too big a fuss? How important can that stuff really be? Personally, I don't even... I'll take...
Aristocrats are fools, allowing their lives to be dictated by their crest. Though, I suppose I am much the same. I thought school life would be peaceful and quiet, but since you arrived, it's been one thing after another. Oh, I was just kidding. Anyway, as I said before, I do like having a little drama in my life.
That reminds me.
Not Pop. Hey, Professor, did you happen to see that man I was looking for earlier? I just spotted him by the dining hall, but then he ran away. Oh? You saw him by the entrance to the monastery? Thank you, Professor. Father, I found you at last. The Leicester Alliance is governed through round-table First and foremost is Duke Regan. Lastly, there is the newest addition, Margrave Edmund. These five each before House Edmund. It was House Daphne. It is said that the head of that family...
So, you have a crest too. A teacher, a mercenary, and so very mysterious. How could a girl ever get it?
You and your class were at that fight in the Holy Mausoleum, right? I sincerely hope the holy artifacts are unscathed. I admit I wish I could have been there to see it all, even if it does make me queasy. But I was there too early. I'd gone first thing in the morning. At noon, one of the monks chased me out, saying I'd been there too long. Who were they to decide when I've been somewhere too long?
Well...
Okay.
I've had a chance to spar with Gilbert of the Knights of Seros before. I couldn't get a single strike in. If that man is accompanying you on your assignment, you can rest assured that no harm will come to you. To be honest, he kind of reminds me of someone. But no, it must be my imagination, right?
Right. You guys have it bad in your own way. But believe me when I say, we've got it bad too. With all that happened last month, a great many knights were dispatched to the Western Church. And now we must set out for the Eastern Church. located in the far east of the Leicester Alliance. If I must die in Alliance territory, I wish it wasn't in the mountains in the middle of nowhere. I'd much rather go on a sightseeing trip to... Oh, you don't know? Deirdre is House Regan.
So the whole plan to attack the monastery was some plot devised by the Western... That means they used... What right do they have to drag a good man like him into their schemes? There's going to be a big investigation into the Western Church soon. I wish I could be a part of it. I want to hear for myself why Lenato had to die.
Professor, you looked like a natural wielding the sword of the Creator. It's strange though, isn't it? The last owner of the sword was Nemesis, but I thought he didn't have any descendants.
You have helped me so much.
Have you seen a man who looks like me? He's middle-aged and relatively tall. If you get the chance, tell him I've gone out, okay?
Hey, I heard about the things you did. I'm so glad Lady Rhea is safe. I figure you're a great person after...
Hey there. Hey, Teach. I hear you were able to use the Sword of the Creator. That means... What does that mean? Could it mean that you're a descendant of Nemesis, the King of Liberation?
Maybe. The assassination attempt on Lady Rhea, the theft of a hero's relic. I am up to... Speaking of, there's apparently a spirit...
Don't you think Professor Hanneman's been... Maybe he's made some kind of big...
Oh my! The crest of flames? Could it really... No, that is quite enough.
The...
Yeah. Captain Gerald was all furrowed brow earlier. Do you know what's got him so... If there's a problem, I want to help any way I can. Okay, I doubt there's anything I can do for him, but I figured I'd ask anyway.
Professor. Gerald, it seems if he is not in... Professor. It seems if he is not in... I have something to ask of you. I have something to ask of you.
I am trusting you. You must be... However, you will most... May I ask a favor of you? May I ask a favor of you? May I ask a favor of you? I'm pleased to have been invited. I am grateful. see. Of course. I see. Of course. I see. Have confidence. I truly believe you can lead your students down the right path. Of course. Of course. It will be nice to gain a better understanding of each other. I see. Professor. Professor. No. What? This crown is rather elaborate, but it has been passed down through generations of archbishops. How quickly this delightful time has passed. However, we must return to our work. I appreciate your efforts.
Professor! Professor! Oh, Professor, he was talking with a female knight.
So the whole... That means what right to... I wish I want to hear from... Oh.
Not possible. Father, I found... Thank you.
I appreciate your effort.
Oh, Gerald? There's a grave... I can't remember where the graveyard...
Oh.
I was thinking she's resting beneath this humble. Oh, I suppose I haven't talked. She was gentle and I cherish those memories. And she smiled. She died right after you, but she loved you. This ring is the only one day.
Well done. You have my thanks. That's so.
Thanks. I'm glad I asked you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You have my gratitude.
Hey you, listen up. I've got something to report. Actually, if I recall correctly, which is my job and passion, there were reportable happenings up top as well. That's why I'm still stuck with Mr. Back. I'm still here by request of Lord Sedith. You can never be too vigilant. Truth be told, I'm used to the guy by now. Not Yuri, though. He shoots him a pointed glare every time he walks by. How eerie is that?
Elfric used to use his position in the church. He basically set this, then some scandal or other.
Yeah. Nice sword, Chatterbox. I like how it lights up. But now that you have it, the church is gonna want to use your power for their own ends. Are you gonna let that happen? Good. Glad to hear it. You gotta think for yourself. You're too good to become one of their stooges.
It's like this. The best fighter in Abyss? Balth is probable. Yuri's definitely the most cunning. Constance is the strongest with Matt. The most dangerous of them all, though? Hapi.
No, you're a busy one, aren't you? Always. Back when I was first enrolled here, we rarely traveled. This really stirs up the old memories.
Miklon. I know that guy. In Northern Fargus, he's pretty well known. But not in a good way. The guy does what he pleases. Attacking towns in Margrave. I may be the leader of a bunch of thugs, too. But I'm nothing like that slime bag. A bit. I've got folks who follow my lead. But the similarities and a hero's relic can turn a slime bag like Miklon into a knight. I know you've got one of those shinies yourself. But don't go doing anything reckless.
It's like this.
I enjoy. I see. Cooking. Wow.
Hey.
Wow.
Looks good.
What do you require? Do you want to hire this?
We will.
Farewell.
This... Oh. Thank... This... Oh.
This...
Let me ask you something. Yeah, okay, I see that.
Professor.
You asked me here for a reason, yeah? Well, at the very least, this should be interesting. You've got some refined taste. This is my favorite tea. Thanks. Tasty. Got it. Nailed it. Nailed it. Nailed it. If I established a monopoly on tea, I imagine I'd see no end to the gold. Ah, never mind me. Wow. What is your deal? Do you always stare so openly? If you insist on it, you'll need to give me something in return. It's lukewarm. Got it. That's so. Charming, aren't I? I'm certainly not above using that charm to get what I want. Cool. Thanks for the treat, friend. Let's do this again sometime, yeah?
Let's get to work, shall we?
I am a little worried. We did well enough.
That worked out well.
Thank you for sparring with me, Your Highness. It seems despite how hard I've worked, I'm still no match for you.
Oh, there's no need for such humility.
Thanks to all of your hard work, you're improving rapidly.
If you're going to praise me, it should at least be after I've won a match against you.
You know, Ingrid, I may be the victor when we cross spears on foot like this. But on horseback, your handling of a lance is far superior. Can't I be allowed to have my own area of expertise?
No, I cannot allow that. It's my duty to get stronger, to fight with all I have in defense of the kingdom and its people.
Such high stakes. By the way, where did you learn that fierce jab of yours? I'm pretty sure the only other person I've seen perform that move is Glenn.
So you recognized it? Yes, he shared much with me.
I thought as much. I never imagined I would be on the receiving end of one of his techniques again. Glenn and I once studied under the same instructor. I've sparred with him more times than I can count.
Yes. He was never short on praise for you. Lord Dimitri is incredible. Such skill. There's no way I'll ever outmatch him. Things of that sort.
Well now, he never said any of that to me.
Well, he was Felix's brother. That family's not big on displays of affection.
That is true. We spent about as much time arguing as we did training. I can't believe it's been 4 years since the tragedy of Dusker. Since we lost Glenn, along with so many others.
So it has. Time moves quickly. Things have changed so much. Despite the sorrow, I intend to become a powerful knight. A knight like yourself. And like Glenn. I will do so for the sake of my homeland, the holy kingdom of Fargus, and for all who have died protecting it. To that end, I hope you will spar with me again in the future, Your Highness.
It would be my pleasure. After all, I value our training sessions as much as you do.
Easy.
Okay. No big deal, really.
I'm so glad.
It's all thanks to hard work.
I must continue to work hard.
Easy peasy.